Okay, so once we have our two images in, so the next thing is that we're going to see what we got here. So we've got the side fork, and we could turn that off if you want, because the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create the top view. So we've got the top view. We want to make sure it's on the front. I've opened a sketch, so maybe I'll finish that sketch and start a new one. So we're going to start a sketch, and start a sketch. Pretty sure that I want it on this face, so I'm going to click on that face. So that was right. So I've spent some time sort of trying to do this off camera, I guess. And what I've noticed with closer analysis is that this canvas is not rotated the correct distance. So if you look at this angle, so hopefully this is the right angle. So that is a 1 degree change, and I'm looking for this center part. So I can even change the Y. So let's see if we can go 1 millimeter. So 1 millimeter is quite a bit. So we're going to go to, I don't know, 0.1 of a millimeter. So the closer this is to center, let's go maybe ½ a degree now. So I'm getting rid of the decimal, so I got to put it back. So that didn't go back to where I thought it was. So let's try ½ a negative millimeter. So if you look right here, we're still a little bit low. We could go a little bit higher. So that would be the Y value. So we'll change that to 2. So that was too much, so we're going to go back down to 1. And you can just finesse it. So let's go. And so now it's still too high. So maybe that's as close as we're going to get. As far as our rotation goes, it looks like it's a little too far rotated that way. So I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to change it to -0.7. So you just play with these numbers until you get something that looks good enough for you, or you're at least happy with trying. So I'm going to try 0.2. It didn't seem to move. Let's try 0.5. Came back just a little bit. Let's try 0.6. I don't know if I have to hit enter or not. Okay, so it's pretty centered. This is not centered. So the tool that I've been playing around with, because you've all done the line tool, and so you can do very quickly trying to get your lines in. And you can make your fork however you want, right? This is a creative project. So you could bring a baseline here, and you can do another line over here. And then you can use your arc tool. I like to use the 3-point arc, which is that one, and then you click on the top, or the bottom for that matter, and then you just add your arc. Now try to get it into the middle, because if you put it over here, it's going to distort it. So that's most of your fork. If it was perfectly straight, I might be tempted to use a center line and mirror. I've tried that again off screen, and it was a little bit of a nightmare. I also want to have a line through the points. Right there. I could make that a construction line, or I can just snap to it. So the tool that I want you to get familiar with are basically two tools. I like this one the most, just because it seems to work for this job. So what you can do is you can click in on the end of your line, and you can just, when you're in the curved section, you want to click the lines or put the dots very close together. When you're out making a sort of a less of a curve, I guess would be the expression, you can have the dots further apart. Remember, move your mouse to zoom out and then zoom into where you want to. That way you never have to take your hand off the tool. And you're basically trying to find the division between your canvas and your canvas where it's white and canvas where it's I don't know, grayish. So now I don't know how to end this, so I'm going to keep going further. Now it's always going to put a curve, so you don't want a curve. So I'm going to end this line out here, and I'm going to click that. So then I believe you can go and you can scissor that at the end, and then it cuts back to your line. So that was very quick to do the outside. To do the other side again, you just go into your spline, control, and you can click. And I guess I didn't show you how to manipulate these lines, but all you do is you click on the dot and you drag it side to side, and that will help you do fine adjustment afterwards. Again, zoom out where you don't want to be and zoom in where you do want to be. Okay, and then you go to the line, or you can go past the line, try to keep it straight, and then click that when you're done. I'm not going to make you watch me do the inside, but I will show you how to go in and modify. So let's say that you wanted to change where this was. You hit escape to get out of your scissor tool, and then you just move it. Now it's the blue line that you're looking at. These are just pull points. So if you're not happy with this, you could either bring it in or you can bring it out, and you just watch where the blue line goes. Okay, so once you're happy with your shape, and again, I could start drawing down here, and then the dots would be very close in this part, and then I'm going to hit finish, and this is where you can basically make your block, right? Because you'll have something now that you can extrude, and you can make it. Typically you might want to go with some symmetry, and then you just go with an exaggerated view of your fork, and then when you turn on your other view, so the fork side, you should be able to do the same thing with your fork side and then extrude through, and I'll show you that. I'm just going to not do the little fine detail on camera. Okay, so good luck. That was video 3.